Maurice, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
Unloads to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. And he gets a big yardage to the 34-yard line.
That's an absolute strike right there. Giving me some Stetson Bennett vibes, some Aaron Murray vibes, even Matthew Stafford with the arm talent on that throw. I'll tell you, they can attack any spot of the field in the passing game because of this guy's talent.
Finds a man in the middle. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. On 1st and goal, they have a chance to answer with a score of their own. Trying to punch it in. Touchdown, Georgia! Excellent pass by the back on the option. Follow the block. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, at least, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. They'll send the back in motion. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Pulls it in. Crosses the 40, he's got a lead. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Sends it back in motion. To the air on 1st down. It's complete. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain. Tulane right back to the line. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time late in the season.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the 1st down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 and the 38. These guys are on the move. The Green Wave working with a fresh set of downs. Let's see if they keep it on the ground here. Looking downfield on 1st down. Looking left. He's got it. And he's knocked down immediately, but they're in the red zone at the 14. The defense calls a timeout. Their 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. Wants to adjust the pattern. Tulane didn't start this drive with very good field position, but now they've got a chance to operate. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
And as the game goes on, you're going to see this offense continue to use the RPO. That look was conducive to handing it off. The defense now is going to start putting more guys in the box to slow this running back down, and that's when the quarterback's going to have an opportunity to keep the football and make plays throwing.
They're going to run it, and there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Opening day, might as well build a little drama with a 3rd and goal early. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tulane.
And how about this offensive line? 3rd and goal, you gotta have it. They flew off of the ball. They got some push. They made that easy on the running back to score that touchdown.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. Miami is going to get out of Dodge with a win. It's a shave that might have been a little closer than Canes fans wanted, but a road victory feels great no matter what the final score is. No. Cakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. The give to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Sets up the screen. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Here's the return. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. Off the play fake on first down. Starting to feel a little pressure. They get enough rush, and it pays off the sack at the 20.
And he was virtually unblockable on that play. You know, it reminds me of seeing the highlights of my partner here, David Pollock, a guy that doesn't like to talk about his own greatness, so I'll do it for him. David raised the bar in the standard for D-line play at the University of Georgia. It was his athleticism. It was his tenacity. He wasn't just getting sacks and tackles for losses. He was picking off passes and taking them to the house. He was like the honey badger before the honey badger, but playing D-line. All time.
Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Now the offense has to overcome the negative play after the defense comes up with a sack. Gets the back moving. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Unloads it left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
Some crossing routes are designed to beat man coverage, but that one worked out pretty well in zone. Nice job by the QB and receiver being on the same page, finding a soft spot, and getting the completion.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Makes the catch. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. Leaves it with the running back. more than that. They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. Quarterback making adjustments. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Here's a heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Guys, let's take a second here and think about Tulane. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Active hands for the defense, forcing that incomplete pass.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They'd given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. 3rd down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice.
He's got it. 1st down and more. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there. Deep shot for the end zone. That one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early. He's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives. They've scored 2 touchdowns. And here on their 3rd possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete. But if you're him, I would keep spinning the beam.
It's complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple 1st downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
They just keep firing. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, if this offense is going to win this game, and down the road, if they're going to reach the college football playoff and hope to win a national championship, they have got to keep this quarterback clean. Couldn't do it on that last play.
On target. Touchdown, Green Wave. A great catch and run for 6.
Yeah, now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, showing some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
He'll start the return inside his spot. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that thing. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
The Dogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air on 2nd down. Completes it in the middle. And that stiff arm he's got might as well be a sledgehammer. He's got it out to the 16.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Complete to the right. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Off play action on 1st down. Got him downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
That is a really good-looking throw. And you think about the expectation level now for quarterbacks in Georgia. Matthew Stafford was the #1 pick overall. Stetson Bennett won 2 national championships. Imagine the pressure on this guy. But when you see throws like that, he makes you believe that he can step up and lead this team to yet another.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Now facing a 3rd and long from the 50-yard line. They'll move the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He'll take a shot. To the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
It's hard for a defense to have to cover so much space. When the offense goes empty, you've got receivers and tight ends and running backs lined up out wide. You've got to expand, and it's harder to cover on the back end.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, it is now a final in the Big Ten, and a game I think a lot of folks will want to see. Washington went into hostile territory and came away with a convincing victory. The Huskies always seem to get everyone's best punch, but today they were the ones who delivered the knockout. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the Big Ten standings as this one does, gentlemen.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Tulane right back to the line.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're just continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Tulane lines up on 3rd and short. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. The Green Wave trying to move the chains on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. On target over the middle. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. Wants to throw it. Fires to the tight end. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
Wants to go up top on first down. Got his man downfield. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
This defense has got to be better in coverage. You want to get off the field, you got to keep defending. You got to do something to make the offense feel uncomfortable. So far, way too easy for this offense.
Moving closer to the red zone, it's at the 27 on first down. Toss sweep to the right. pushing, and that is quite an impressive first half here in this season opener. Off the RPO, complete. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Direct snap. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Back has it. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
And I got to find ways to manufacture some offense down in this area. The field shrinks. It gets a little bit more difficult. So I got to take a few more chances, get the ball with some speed on the perimeter, try to make some big plays.
3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
A field goal here would make it a 2-possession game, but they elect to leave the offense on the field on 4th down. They'll immediately call timeout. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. And as a holder picks his spot, it'll be a 25-yard attempt. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And I like the way this defense just finished. And I know they're trailing, but they didn't give up the touchdown. Got a little bit of momentum. Not much time left in this first half. But you got halftime to make some adjustments, come out with some energy. But a nice stop here.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish that.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You've got to be so smart. You're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll go to the ground. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Give to the back. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful first 2 quarters of football there today in Vegas. And it's clear the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions. The coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
Quick completion on the out route. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes.
And this offense has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. They're already down 2 possessions. You know the pass has to come at some point, but they got to keep him clean. They can't get behind the sticks consistently. They've got to start to narrow this gap.
He's got it. He's got great speed. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. He wants to start this drive with a pass. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This defense knew they had a tall task going against this Heisman-caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
They'll leave it with the lone back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Tulane comes to the line. Lots of work to do on 3rd down. Motion from the back. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. A strike downfield. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down. And more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game. So you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him. He'll make those contested catches.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
Tulane right back to the line. Back to pass on 2nd down. Working the middle, it's complete. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Greenway. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. That's his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense out.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Justin, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, certainly. It puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Wants to throw on first down. He's got an open man. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
Well, I know they're losing right now, but they're not going to be losing for long if they keep hitting shots like that. And I love the idea here, taking a shot to your best player on offense. This guy is one of the biggest playmakers in all of college football. Tremendous speed. He locates the ball, makes a catch, and that play gives this offense so much confidence.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this guy's been beat like a drum. He's been hit, sacked a bunch of times already, and another hit right here. I'm literally looking at my offensive line and be like, dude, I need some more time. You got to protect me better than this. Give me a chance to complete some passes.
He's brought down the one. A play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
Defense just didn't have an answer there on the slant throw. Once the completion was made, they just couldn't get to the ball carrier and get him down on the ground.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Got it. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. And the Bulldogs started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They'll try to blast their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs! Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Missouri dug down deep and found a way to secure a coveted road win. And who knows how the pundits will view this one, but I'll tell you this. It sure beats trying to explain a bad loss. Each week in college football, the tests are just so tough. And we found that out again today, guys, with another ranked team going down.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. Wants to go up top. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third down, he drops to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's just what this defense needed. They needed to get a stop here in the third quarter. They've given up a lot of plays, a lot of points, a lot of yards. Needed to get a stop and try to get this ball back to their offense.
They'll send the back in motion. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Makes the grab, pass to Parker. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. Quick completion to the right. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. This Tulane offense has a great drive going. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rounding to the football?
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to throw again. Here comes the heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good quarterback pressure.
From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way.
And maybe this guy... somebody would bail him out like a tuck rule or something.
Not going to be so lucky this time around. Give the defense credit. This pass rush is serious. It's real. And this quarterback is now going to have to play with a clock in his head that's going off just a little bit quicker. He's got to do a better job understanding when to get them.
Really nice job creating his own space, running with attitude. He's up to the 37-yard line. The Bulldogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Under fire. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Georgia sends out the punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking for a crease to the left. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the third quarter. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. To the lone back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And I think if you're the head coach here, you kind of got mixed reviews on your passing attack so far because, yes, you've thrown for a bunch of yards, and you've thrown a couple touchdowns, but you've also given up 4 sacks now. Pass protection has not been great, even though they've got the lead in this game.
Finds a man on the left. He will not get there. They'll turn it over on downs, and that leaves the door open. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Not the day they had hoped to have. When you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Looking down the middle. It's complete. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man in the middle. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw on 1st down. Right down the middle. Pulls it in. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
This quarterback has been really good today. He's been on top of it, seeing things really, really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple.
Well, the defense dialed up the blitz. Quarterback knew he was going to get hit, but he also knew it was man coverage, so he found his best matchup. He got it out of his hands early, right before getting smacked to get that completion.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And these linebackers, man, the reason they're winning this football game is they've been swarming. You watch them. They're downhill, not missing many tackles. They've really dominated the run game, and that's why they're winning this football game.
He's got it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia.
Offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover him. A man makes the play, shows off the hands first, got to make the catch first, does the rest, walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. Get it out to the supersonic guy. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the 1st down. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
The Green Wave with plenty of options here on 2nd and short. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here comes Tulane after picking up the 1st down. Hand off from the shotgun. Oh, he's got some space. They stop him just a link or two short of the 1st, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Makes the grab on 3rd. Picks up enough to get them 1st and 10 from the 13.
And they found the big fella again, and they found him early and often today. They featured him here in the 4th quarter. Still time left in this football game. I imagine he's going to still continue to get the football thrown his way.
Hauls it in. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the 4th quarter. You got a lead. There's no reason to get conservative. We're a passing offense. Great job on 1st down. Better job on 2nd down. This offense continuing to stay in a rhythm.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. quarterback sneak, trying to power his way ahead for a few. The sneak scores it.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
Let's see what he can do with the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
You can grab, but you can't hold on. A defensive holding penalty will give this offense a first down. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Finds his tight end. Building momentum, picking up the chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
And this QB has been on top of it. He's made good reads, you can tell, taking care of the football, put up a lot of yards. He's over 350 on the day now.
Finds his big tight end. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle. And the Dogs headed quickly to the line.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Now facing second and long after the defense came up with that sack. Looking to fire. They get to him as he throws.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and where's that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. He's got it inside the 30. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. To the air on first down. Fires complete on the crosser. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The hurry up now. Second down. Clock ticking. Looking to throw again. Makes the grab on the left. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. He wants to throw it. Makes the grab. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Wants to fire on second down. Quick strike complete. He found some running room, but needed just a few inches more to put it in the end zone. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll come to the line just trying to keep their hope alive on third and goal. Trying to surge it in. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on fourth down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. Final minute. This game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great at how they're able to go out, execute, and perform big plays all game long. I think it's sending a statement, too, to future defenses down the road on the schedule. They're going to be tough to contend with.
Yeah, I mean, they got firepower, putting up so many points. This thing is easily over. Now they can just chillax, go back to the locker room, know they're going to get the victory.
Right back to the well. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving give them a first down. Tulane right back to the line. They'll try the run. Turning it on. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. He now has 110 yards on the ground, and with that run, he eclipses the 100-yard mark in this season opener. Leaves it with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. With the clock running, this should be the final play. Hands it off. And they'll find their way back to the line of scrimmage, and now it's time to find their way back to the locker room as this game is over.